started.
Hey. Listen. All right. So. Mic check. Go ahead. Check the mic. Check them.
Check. Mic check.
All right. Cool.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Man. What did you do? Y'all, I've been trying to get her to come and do this thing with me for a while now, so I'm kind of glad that she with me. Welcome to Sean Love Presents. I'm Sean, and this is Love. Now I'm Hassan, and this is Alex.
I'm Alex.
And we just kind of decided to come up with this together, and we drink wine on occasion, and so
he was just by himself. Don't let him.
All right,
you
it was.
It was his. It was.
But I included you, and you always
I'm
part
appreciative
of everything that I wish you do in life, girl.
Oh.
Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Wow. Oh my God. Everything.
You're
Okay.
All right, so man, we wanted to just bring this to you. It's called Wind Up Wednesday. For this Wind Up Wednesday, we got something called Prayers of Sinners. I've never heard of it before, but pretty good wine. Costs about $10 at the local liquor store. Nothing too crazy. And it's a nice red. All right, I got my stemless glass here. And yeah, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Before we even like go ahead and clock into what we're talking about, how you feeling, babe?
I feel good. I feel awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel really good. And the wine,
It's
really good. It's like
it. What's it?
It's not dry, but it's not sweet. It's like what's the middle? Whatever the middle is.
Semi-sweet.
Semi-sweet. That's what it is. So if you like sweet wine, then you can still kind of enjoy it. But if you like it dry,
you can still enjoy it.
It's in the middle. It's in the middle.
Nah, this song's pretty cool. It's pretty lit.
So yeah, probably I feel good. How are you?
Man, I feel good today. You know, I always like to start off with gratitude, man. So what's one thing it can either be today or this week that really that you're really grateful for?
Oof. I'm grateful for you. Oh, no, don't choke. Okay, all right, because I ain't even like that. I don't even.
She about to make me cry. Y'all, that was like, we ain't reading no script. I promise y'all, she just said that I was not expecting it.
Yeah, I am.
Thanks, babe.
I am. You're keeping me grounded and keeping me intentional, actually. So, okay, I'm done. All right, I'm done. No more. I see what I see.
All right, don't gas me up.
I'm not gas you up no
don't
more.
don't gas me up.
Nah, I gas you
Dang,
up.
I feel like, you know, the only response is like, I'm also grateful for you too.
No,
Man.
it don't gotta be.
You can't say nothing else outside of that.
That's true.
I'm only grateful for you too, man.
Thank you.
Yo,
That should be I'm your only gift.
The gift that keeps on giving. Alice, I'm actually am grateful for a couple of things. So, man, always grateful for you, bro. You just keep me so grounded. You keep me so such in good spirits. And you just have a beautiful aura about you that really just moves me. Come on. All right, because if you're going to say, you got to do it right. But the other thing I'm also grateful for is I just really feel like I'm getting into my bag as far as what I wish to do. Doing this podcast, it was something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And so really just kind of put my first step forward to doing it is really something that I'm just happy that I did. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, here we are, man. We kicking it off
Proud moment. Proud moment, yeah.
We kicking off with our first ever episode. So, all right. It was a lot of different topics that we wanted to discuss or that I wanted to discuss. But once to hit one that was fairly recent. So, man, we just both read this book called The Giver. And I did not have the luxury of reading this book in high school, but I heard it was like a book that most kids read in high school. Clearly, you could see that I was in a regular reading group.
Or you just wasn't doing your work. Hello?
Okay, come on. But that the latter is true. But I had the opportunity to read the book. Shout out to Precious. She kind of put us on. She was like, yeah, it's like, and the Giver when they saw red, and we was kind of like confused. And I know I just said that, but I'm not giving nothing away. It's really an amazing book, and I know it's like a series, but like, yo, this first book,
It was good. So many gems. I was saying that we should like do a book club with it, because there's so many things that like I took from it, and it's an easy read. It's not like I
yeah, it's
finished
definitely a
it
page turner.
in like 2 days, like if that. Honestly, like I read 2 chapters and then I finished the book the next day. Like
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
And I'm a slow reader, and I finished it within a week, so
Yeah.
that should give you some type of like.
Yeah, that was good for him.
Yeah, and it's just I just like to take my time, like you know, I like
Yes.
to annotate when I read. I really like to get
Good
like
teacher.
you know what I'm saying. I like it's a thing. So I'm really trying to. If you for all my adults who aren't like good adult readers, I'm gonna drop some tips and tricks on how I've been able to become a successful adult reader, but I'm always a work in progress. But you said there's a lot of gems. What is one gem that you got from this book?
Okay, I know we kind of slightly talked about it earlier.
Talk about it.
But the philosophy of like emotions, I guess I don't know if I said that right,
Yeah.
but like you know, it was like a dilemma a little bit about feeling the emotion and kind of being like logical, like being very concise and precise with your words, but they were missing the feeling, like the I was going to say the cult. I'm sorry, because it was kind of
It was kind of
It was very
cultish,
cultish.
yeah.
But like that community, it didn't feel emotions. It was like love.
Spoiler alert.
Okay,
If
I did that. I did
No.
that.
No, listen. We're gonna spoil the book. So if you haven't read it, stop it, go read it, come back and finish this episode. But yeah, that was like a really the way that they played with language in that book
Yeah.
was profound. Like I never heard. It was almost kind of weird to think about like the nuances in language and how we speak, right? So
Yeah.
like everything in the book is like super precise. So they don't call it a bedroom, they call it like a sleeping room, right? So like just in that little the little way that they use words was really interesting.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, I just wanted to harp a little longer on your gem.
Yeah, and just to piggyback, giving like another example, when Jonas was like, "Yeah, I'm starving," and then his teacher put him aside and was like, "No, you have to be concise. That's not what you mean. You're not starving. You have food here." But I think he may have been hungry, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, it's the the play on language,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what Precious was talking about. Like, and I mean, me and Precious talked about it. She's the one who recommended it.
Yeah, I actually want to show the book. Can you
Oh.
go grab that?
Of course.
So
can do
it
that.
looks a little something like this. Here I have my model girl, and in her hand is the book that we've read.
And it's by Lois
Lois
Lowry. Yeah.
But nah, so that was definitely something I pulled out. That was a gem. For me, it was the idea. I think I'm gonna steal what you said earlier. It was the idea that this person, right? I'm gonna try not to spoil it, but like
Just let it go.
it's
Just
gonna get
spoil it,
spoiled.
John.
It's gonna get spoiled.
Just spoil it, John.
But it was kind of like The Giver, right? The Giver kind of what did you say earlier? You said it was like protect in this idea of protecting the community from their from memories. He was protecting the community from memories, and so he was very vigilant on them not expressing experiencing certain things because of how they may feel once they experience that. I thought that was like really interesting because we do that as parents, like you know what I'm saying, or any type of structure where there's like somebody looking out for a group of people, right? Like the government or your, you know what I'm saying, your big person at home, like I like to say. It's like you're trying to spare them from like
Yeah.
feeling this moment of sadness, grief, hurt, despair.
All of those. Yeah.
But with that comes this other side where they don't get to experience love, trust, happiness.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and so it's kind of interesting to just see how all these things tied together with one, language, and then two, this idea of guarding people from their memories. I often find it kind of like to take it outside of the book a little bit. I feel like humans do that too, where we,
of course,
the ills of like being trapped in a memory or like something that happened to you, you just can't let it go. And like here in this community, they just always let it go. You feel me? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, like in the book, like the giver, he was like the person that held all of the knowledge, all of the memories, so that the people, the community, didn't have to.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I'm sorry, that just made me think about something so profound.
Talk about it.
When they were with the giver, you have to find a new one, like every so often. I don't remember the years, but you have to like find a new one. And so Jonas was selected to be the new giver. And so the current giver, he's like old. Well, he's not old, but like holding all that knowledge made him tired, and it made him feel old. And so as he was like transferring his memories to Jonas, he was like, yo, I feel lighter. I feel like he was like, yo, like I need to give this memory to somebody because it's weighing me down.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking? Bag lady.
For real.
You gon' hurt your back.
Like when you share it, you literally feel lighter. You know what I'm saying? And like one person shouldn't have to bear the brunt of the negatives.
On things like that. I don't know the words.
Yeah.
It said one day gonna.
He don't know the words to that song, he don't know the words to that one song.
Yo, nah, but no, real, like, all right. All jokes aside, like, for real. For real.
Period.
Like, nah.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, yo, we really be carrying that baggage with us. I think in a weird way, right? That's
true. I don't think I heard that.
Yeah, TikTok does ruin every song. So as you can see, this is like the first episode. So I mean, and I'm not in it neither. It's just gonna be what it is. Nah, I was thinking in a weird way, right? With this community not experiencing memories, right? They're always forced to live in the now.
That's true. That's very true.
In a way, they may not have been like happy, like gleefully happy, but they were content.
They were content, yes. Very content,
and I think,
I agree with that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In a way, there's a message in that too, right? That living in the present moment brings you content. You feel me? Like it don't.
I understand what you're saying.
You feel me?
I understand what you mean. I understand. But I feel like they ain't see color. Like
the John was ham.
It's like at what point does being content is like stifling? Like, cause there's truth. There's truth, like being present and, you know, just living your life and, you know, contributing to the society and, being there. But at what point it's like, some foul stuff is going on.
Yeah.
You know, like the release?
Yeah.
Right? And it's like no one knows what it is. Everyone's looking forward to it, but don't really know, like, you know, but and I think and people do know, I think, but it's like they're okay with it. They don't have no emotional tie to it. So at what point is like, and I think that's what like the emotions are for.
Yeah.
To help us, you know, maybe not be so. Real question.
Real quick.
I'm sorry, real question.
Don't think you know me.
I don't.
Nah, would you want to live in a society like that? Like if you could be not necessarily Jonas who was able to see all things, but maybe the father or the mother, Lily, right? Would you want to be a character that lived in that
in that specific community.
In that specific community.
No. But I also see like, you know, like no one went hungry.
Yeah.
Right? And we like they were all kind of like I say equal, but like
Yeah.
mostly like on the same playing field. Like I feel like the only like one occupation was like seen as like the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But overall, like all occupations was like accepted. But to like I don't know, it's like me in present now, it's like, no, I wouldn't want to like not see color and like not, you know, have these flavorful emotions and things like that. Like it was, but I also see the other side of like a security thing.
And I think that's what it is.
It's very secure, you know, but
there was a level of security that I think in life we yearn for. We keep ourselves in certain positions because of security. We keep ourselves in certain countries because of security. We keep ourselves in certain, like, you know what I'm saying, ways of thinking because it feels safe to not think any other way. Like, it feels safe to just think like, boom, this is what it is and this is what it's always going to be. There's a level of comfort in that.
Yeah.
There's a level of, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you a therapist, right? What's that thing?
Why would you say that?
Nah, look, all right. You know, you my therapist.
Watch me not know. Now watch me not know. Now watch me not know because you want to throw it out.
It's like something that people used to cope with. It's like a
coping mechanism.
Yeah, like a coping mechanism. But it's an object. It's like a comfort object.
Oh, that's from the book.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. No, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't make that connection. But yeah, it's like a comfort object where, you know, you can hold on to this thing and every time that something stirs you, anytime something stirs you or takes you off your rocker, you can kind of find this comfort tool to just keep you grounded. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty interesting.
You answered your own question. Hello, would you want to live? Try to trick back me.
I tried to.
Yeah. So, would you want to live in a community like that? I mean, I feel like we kind of do. It's just we have a little bit more choices. But like this was just so like you had like zero no choice. But
I like. No.
You like what? No.
Now, if I was the giver, I'd be cool. If I was the giver,
what?
I'd be cool with it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Cause you know what the giver can do? The giver was allowed to like just mess with shit. Just pull different strings.
But you'd be the only one.
I know.
You would hold all of the community's memories. You will hold everything for centuries. Centuries of agony, centuries of pain.
I would be, if I could be the giver, I would do it.
The lies this man is telling.
But I want to also say, I see life in color, and so I would be Jonas. It's either I'm the giver or I'm Jonas. I have to be either one. I can't be the dad. I would.
Oh, like you couldn't be like a
contributing
member of society.
I would either have to be one of the characters who could just roam free.
But you would be the only. Hassan, you are the most collaborative person I know.
Yeah, look, the way I move dolo, girl. Real G's moving sounds like lasagna.
But you love talking to you and you love you couldn't do this podcast or you couldn't do this.
Está bien.
Yeah.
Está bien.
Okay.
Está todo, man. Okay. Nah, yeah, all right, I'll give you that. But to me, I do agree. I don't think I could live in this community. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people can live in this community, but will lie to themselves.
Oh, and say that they can't.
And say that they can't. But whole time, like, you would benefit. And not even that you would benefit, but most people like being told what to do.
Yeah.
Most people like being told what to do.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you feel me? We can sit here and be like, oh, I'm an independent.
Choice,
No. No.
All right.
No.
You shut it down like
I
that?
had.
No. Not on my watch.
All right, so The Giver, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. But y'all, we've been listening to this audio book. All right, we ain't all the way through. We ain't all the way through the jump. But I think it's kind of cool. I want to talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
A little bit.
Okay, let's talk a little bit. Honestly, I think it deserves its own separate episode.
All right.
Because, I mean, one, we haven't finished the whole thing. But two, because, like,
it's
there's a lot to unpack. And I feel like it would take up a very lengthy amount of time that I don't even think, this, I don't know the episode's length, period. But
it's an interesting read.
It's an interesting.
All right, can we at least let them know?
Okay, yeah. Tell the book.
All right.
Go ahead.
It's called.
Where you keep kicking like this on my bony
my
shoulder?
mama gonna watch the episode, be like, eh? It's called.
Let me leave. I had nothing to do with this.
No. All right, the jump is called Hold Tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
also put on by Precious. Shout out.
As you can see,
putting us on to some good books.
I have a pretty. She's a pretty amazing human being.
She is.
Shout out to my dog.
Precious, man.
But
that's awesome.
The jump kind of hard so far, and it really just talks a lot about being a hoe. So I'm not gonna talk about the book. But I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say what I had said, and what I had said was what I said. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that I think hoes run the world, and I think we do ourselves a lot of the service by because I'm not trying to get a book, so I'm trying to say it.
I know.
I'm trying to take something.
Okay, so maybe like a disservice to yourself
You
by
me?
not kind of a disservice by being judgmental.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way we can say
See,
it without.
That's why, hey, look,
Keep
fellas,
me around.
get you a partner. Ladies, get you a partner, right? That just filling the gaps. You know what I'm saying? It's like gaps, and they just fill it.
The drama.
The bang.
But yeah, you can save yourself some with the.
With not being judgmental, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for real, I think women have a lot to gain by owning themselves and owning who they are sexually, by owning who they are physically, and like all these things play a part. And I feel like women, and this is I'm glad you're here, because this is when you be like, no nigga, right? But I feel like women are just taught to just be so to just not experience these things in their full capacity.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's a beauty in that. And if women were allowed to feel their sexualness to their fullest capacity, I don't know where they could go wrong.
Yeah.
I already know, we already know women run the world, whatever.
Right, exactly.
But it's a certain, it's a lot of women who but it's like, because they're not willing to let go of what they've been taught
Yeah.
to hold on to.
Yeah. And I feel like that goes, and I think that's kind of like my biggest taking so far.
Yeah.
And it's not even just women, but just people in general. And I was like, a lot of this is like warped into like your identity and how you grew up and upbringing, da da da. And that alone kind of stifles you from experiencing the life that you want to.
Yeah.
And experiencing the things that you know, are suppressing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not, and I think like, I mean, yes, it's talking about, you know, women owning their power and, you know, getting the life that you want, whatever, da da da. But I'm taking it as like for everyone, for people.
Babe, I'm not
And
gonna
I
lie.
feel like we're gonna talk about it a little bit more later.
We-
but
yeah,
that's
that's not even-
like,
yeah,
'cause
that's
you
kind
like-
of the-
you
I was about to give it. I was about to
Hassan's
give
a
it.
spoil. I mean, I'm a spoiler, but he's a super spoiler.
Y'all
like,
saw I had to give a fair warning to
Dang.
whoever was watching this. I was afraid for you, babe. I was scared of what you was gonna do.
for me. Scared for you.
Now look, hey, this wine, am I tripping? Nah, I'm like, all
I
right,
think
hold
it's also
on.
been a while for you too.
It has been a while.
I mean, 2 weeks is a long time.
And all right, I already don't drink like that. Don't make it seem like I be coming up this shit. And I be getting schmizz. I be getting drinks. But nah,
I ain't gonna snitch.
yeah, I kind of just want to finish. I feel like it should be a bottle an episode. I feel like
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong.
I feel like it should be a
Ain't
bottle.
nothing wrong with
Let me
that.
see how. All right, maybe half a bottle an episode, cause
But it leads to
Man.
you drinking most of it. Like
yeah.
I drink
Man.
really slow, so I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna be eating a joint, and it's like, oh my god, it's 14.5%.
Lord,
You know, like,
there was something in
It's
me.
14.5.
No,
yeah.
there was something in me, babe. I tried to tell. There was something. I don't know if you saw my eyes get a little low.
Dang.
It's something.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, it's a little. Yeah. So usually, you know, it's like 12%.
It's like
12 is like.
it'd be
I
like
mean,
8.
it would not be 8.
Like-
12 is like,
like
the
wine?
highest. 12 would be like the highest. 14, I ain't never seen a 14%. 14.5.
This
14
is malt
and a
liquor.
half.
This is this is
What's in
Patron.
here?
I might just have this every episode.
No, you gotta do different
Nah, I'm
ones.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Dang, you gotta be.
Prayers of sinners.
You drink this on your own time,
Uh,
not on Wind Up Wednesdays
I
time.
might come
Okay.
with the rest of the bottle on Wind Up Wednesday. But look, y'all, it's still early. Like, you know, it's 27 minutes in, y'all. First and foremost, man, I hope that y'all are enjoying this episode. Please leave comments in the comment section. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Do you like? Do you not like? What are some wines you recommend? What are some books you suggest? One book that is my top 10 all time, you already know, The Alchemist, all time ever. So, you know, and I honestly feel like, you know, a lot of men, I feel like men always read books that like manipulate and kill and thrill, or they're about like money.
Oh,
Yeah, like
more
48
like
Laws of
power
Power.
books and money books.
Yeah, and I'm not really that type of person, like, you know, but I will say, if you are that type of dude, The Alchemist does help you even with that. Even if you're not that type of person, even if you're a person who just like, who's a creative, if you are a person who's just believes in signs, believes in spirituality, believes in the world organizing to support you, you will gain something from reading that book. What's your like? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, or just like creating something, because I feel like that's what The Alchemist is, just taking what you know, taking whatever, and then just creating something new,
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't read in a while, so.
Yeah.
But you asked what my favorite book
What's
is.
your favorite, girl?
My favorite book. Dang.
I'll put you on the spot.
Nah, I thought I had, like, I remember when I first read The Alchemist, I was, oh, this is my favorite book.
Yeah.
Like, I think I remember telling you that. But now, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite
What's
right
something
now.
up there? What's like?
It's dangling. It's hanging over me.
What's the? Is there any book that you like? See, y'all, Alex is an in the moment person. So if you haven't noticed this by now, she in the moment. So it ain't much. You ain't really drawn on the memory. She would have been Lily Billy in the book. Just happy go lucky. You'd have been Lily Billy, babe. You'd have been Lily Billy. I would have been Jonas. I'd have been Jonas, or I would have been the giver.
You know what? I resent that.
I
resent that comment.
Or I would have been the speaker, the commencement speaker.
Okay.
At the 12.
All right, okay.
I would have been that.
I can see that.
But you would have been Lily Billy.
I don't think so. Lily was surface as fudge.
She wasn't sir. She
She
was
was
a kid.
exactly.
It was,
Not only did you call me a
she was
kid,
9 years old.
and she was surfacey.
Nah, she just went through the moment. and felt,
Kids got depth. Don't
they
discredit
do,
them
but
like that. You a teacher.
they with the moment. They just go with the flow. She felt how she felt. She said what she said. And that's you. Honestly, I feel like all Aries. Matter of fact, let's get into this thing. All Aries women are the same way. They just are like little toddlers and just go with everything and go with the flow. But look, y'all, I hope that y'all enjoy. Yes, Alex.
I was tapping him.
But
Letting
look,
him know.
all right, nah, that's cool. Listen, man, I hope y'all enjoyed our first ever episode. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. It's Hassan, and it's... That's when you're supposed to be.
Alex.